when you're doing a startup, there's acceptable risk, there's there's managed chaos. You know what you're getting into. The boundaries of chaos, if that makes sense, have already been defined. You know that you're a startup. You're trying to find product market fit, right? So now you're going to market, you're trying to get product market fit, and then what happens is COVID comes in and completely decimates the market.
Right.
So now, from a leadership point of view, what do? Because you're not just trying to steer the ship forward, but now your shipmates, if you will, dealt with the world with, okay, I've got stability at home. I'm just going to work and making sure I'm fighting the good fight. Now it's not just instability at work, it's instability at home. And now they've got this sort of 3D or 4K dimensional set of challenges where now all of us, right, are on the same ship, on the same boat, trying to figure out, is this thing going to sink, or are we going to go and make it to port and celebrate a win? And so from that vantage point, what I would say is, leadership styles is, look, anybody that's in a startup organization today sees exactly what's happening. There is transparency happens automatically. Right. And from that, especially if you're virtual now, right? So now from that point of view, it comes down to, from a leadership style, it comes down to, as a startup, can we how do we pivot? How do we as a team figure out, how do we take a set of products or services that were once relevant in a pre-COVID world, and how do we establish relevancy in a post-COVID world? And to be honest, all ideas are on the table because you're trying to figure out, can you make payroll? You're trying to figure out, can you deliver a return to your investor group? You're trying to figure out this venture that you've been building for the past 3 or 4, or however amount of years you've been at it. Is it over? Or did COVID give you an opportunity to totally reinvent yourself? And how do you sort of methodically think about reinvention in a world where, once there was significant uncertainty, that now, quite frankly, might bring significant opportunity. And being able to manage through that with a team is really important. And quite frankly, it's a collaborative effort. As a leader, you've got to show that, hey, look, things are going to be okay and you're going to figure things out. And quite frankly, you're doing this together because you're in the same boat at the same time. So I think what definitely comes to sort of the forefront of communication and forefront of leadership is, how do you sort of create small wins that it's all about celebrating small wins, because there isn't every small win is a major win, because at least as long as you're showing progression towards something, you're able to sort of at least create a sense of comfort and a sense of, migration or progression within your team. And as long as you're able to do that, that is more important now so than ever. You should be able to at least, stabilize the ship and at least continue down a positive path.